New at noon, a nearly 5-year-long investigation into reported sex abuse has led to an arrest. U.S. Marshals arrested 61-year-old Daniel Eggleston of Boring yesterday. He faces several charges, including sex abuse and rape. The charges stem from an investigation that started in July of 2021, when a woman reported to Portland police she was sexually abused by Eggleston several times when she was between the ages of 3 and 12. During the investigation, detectives learned of 2 more young girls who they believe had been assaulted as well. Police believe there could be additional victims due to Eggleston's involvement with a child care program at Manor House Church, formerly City Bible Church in Northeast Portland. Anyone with information is asked to contact Portland Police.